By way of background, I just want to show you some recent environmental research achievements relating to the Nitrates Action Programme. Because of AFBI research, the slurry period, or the closed period for slurry spreading, was not extended to include February and indeed all of October, which is something the European Commission were considering. And that has saved Northern Ireland farmers somewhere in the region of up to 37 million in the cost of additional slurry storage capacity. With the help of AFBI research, we've been able to retain the derogation for Northern Ireland, enabling higher stocking rates to be maintained. And this is particularly important for the intensive dairy sector, where it's probably saved up to 1 million per year on what could have been additional land rental costs the industry would have to bear. The Commission agreed also that the soil phosphorus index 2 range should be split into a new target range of 2+ and a phosphorus building range of 2-, and that new higher recommendations would be allowed in the 2- in range. And that would be to prevent up to what could be about £10 million worth of lost grass production because of a phosphorus undersupply at the lower end of this range. And the Commission also agreed that the availability of phosphorus in slurries and manures should not be set at 100% on soils of low P status, but should be reduced to what it should be at 50%. And this would enable farmers now to fully meet the needs of grass and arable crops, which they couldn't do fully in the past, and also encourage them to redistribute manures away from areas of high soil P status to areas of low P status. So these are some achievements that have been very beneficial. But there's still a critical need for environmental research. Water quality in Northern Ireland rivers appears to have ceased improving. Beneficial reductions in soluble reactive phosphorus on a number of the common rivers in Northern Ireland, which had been reducing over the past 10 to 15 years, now appears to have halted and may even be increasing again. Very latest figures would suggest we are on the upward trend again. Now, there is a risk that the European Commission could insist on much more stringent controls being placed on the farming industry, and that would largely boil down to massive reductions or big reductions in stocking rates, which of course would affect the going for growth for Northern Ireland. Almost 40% of farmland in Northern Ireland remains overly enriched with phosphorus, and this phosphorus is at high risk of being lost to water. That's all the red area on this map. But the intensive dairy farms are in a worse position. On average, 66% of the land area in dairy farms is index 3 and above, and some farms it's 100%. So there's a big issue to be tackled. Now, while the Nitrates Action Programme and phosphorus regulations are focused on improving the chemical water quality, the Water Framework Directive has ecological targets which are currently not being met by Northern Ireland. If this situation continues, even lower chemical standards could be set by the European Commission, which will actually put further pressure on the agriculture industry. Now, the new derogation which is approved has existing but also new monitoring and reporting requirements, and these are due to be reported next June. But these cannot be met unless monitoring at farm and catchment scales commences this autumn, and that is not in the pipeline yet. These reporting requirements include monitoring of soil, surface water and groundwater under derogated and non-derogated conditions in agricultural catchments. And this work was previously done by AFBI and a number of sub-catchments, but that work has to cease because funding is no longer available. It also requires a whole monitoring of a whole range of new parameters. And again, this is new work, but yet it is not in place. And we are at risk then of breaching the requirements of the derogation come next June. New research, monitoring and indeed public demonstration work is required. We need research to quantify the release of historical phosphorus from the sediments in Lough Neagh and separate that from what is going in now from rivers in Northern Ireland. And we also need to find out what factors are preventing the recovery of biological water quality. And with the best will in the world, even if all our controls are put in place, it is very unlikely that soil phosphorus levels will drop within the next, it'll take a couple of decades to do that. But we can't wait that long to see improvements in water quality. And one of the things we'd like to see researched is the potential for using phosphorus-absorbing materials like resins to remove phosphorus from land drainage water in ditches in very specific critical areas prior to their entry into streams and rivers, so we can take some of that phosphorus out of the system. We also need, as I've said, a new scientifically based monitoring program to address the requirements of the derogation, and also have an evidence base for next time we go to negotiate the new Nitrates Action Programme in just 2.5 years' time, because at the moment there is no research in the pipeline to support us in that negotiation. And finally, I think demonstration farms are very important. I think we do need demonstration farms, probably with AFBI and CAFBI together, taking farms where there has been a nature phosphorus problem and then applying all the necessary technologies and best practice to show and validate that these technologies work. And these could then be used to demonstrate to local farmers that they work and to get them to buy into doing them. And it also would very importantly help to convince the European Commission that Northern Ireland is being proactive in addressing its water quality problems. So I'd like to leave it there. Thank you very much.